Well, welcome to day 3 of the South Dakota Walleye Classic, folks. It is absolutely a gorgeous morning here in Icaska, South Dakota. Boats just took off out of Swan Creek. Tommy, we got Brandon Carpenter in the lead.
That's right, but you know, also not very far behind him, you've got Lynn Jurens, South Dakota pro, and then always hanging around, always powerful, Rick Olson in 3rd place. So this is going to be a nail biter.
Yep. We're going to jump on the water and follow the action. Tommy, we really got an interesting mix of people in the top 10. Leading it, we got a couple guys that are the younger up and coming pros, and then right on their heels, they got some wily veterans that have been around for a long time.
Greg, I wouldn't want to have any of these guys breathing down the back of my neck. This is developing into a very interesting plot.
He's sure excited about getting that second fish in the boat. Folks, we talked to Brandon this morning to get a little idea of what he's doing.
And I'm pulling plugs down south and going through the cottonwoods trees. There's a trail through there, and I'm just trolling plugs through there and picking up fish as they raise up off the bottom during the day.
And the plot thickens. Lynn Jurens was in 2nd place after yesterday. It's almost noon, and we just saw what looked like it could have been his 3rd fish, over halfway to a limit. But it was just a skosh under 15 inches, Greg.
But you know what, Tommy? He's right around fish, because we just saw Ranger Pro Jason Sekurit. He's in the BP boat. He's got 6 fish in the box already. 2 are over 21. He's hunting for a big fish, and he actually has a shot at winning this. So these guys are fishing really close together. One's got him in the box already, one doesn't. We're going to see who prevails.
Greg, we've got another case of David versus Goliath here. This is where actually David, or Paul Steffen, is got 5 fish right now, and he's just 3 bites away from winning it. His lineup right now is a 20 and a half, a 19 and a half, a 19, an 18 and 3/4, and then a peanut. So he catches 1 more awesome slot, then he catches 2 monsters, and boom, he could take away the Derby.
Yeah, what's going to be interesting here is all these guys are fishing this same mile stretch here, and you got some real experienced guys and some younger guys, so it's going to be interesting to see if that experience is going to help these people, the more veterans, pull out some better fish, or if the young guys are going to be able to hang on. Well, it's later in the day on day 3. We started covering the action this morning down south. That was where a lot of the top leaders were. Now, Tommy, we've moved back up north here to find a few other guys that are in the top 5.
Yeah, we found Ole, we found Aaron Deal, about a cup full of gas away from the takeoff on Swan Creek, and they're doing pretty decent. Ole's, you know, looking for some overs to where Aaron already has his over. He's got a 24 and a 22, so he's got a great start with 3 peanut unders. This kid's going to need to catch a couple of 19s in order to pull this off, but it is a nail biter.
Tommy, how are they working the weights with 2 co's in the boat?
Well, after every day, the co and the pro splits, or in this case, the co's and the pro. They go their separate ways, and the next day they're paired with different partners. At the end of 3 days, the pro's 3-day weight is his to keep, and the co's 3-day weight is theirs to keep. In this situation, you just saw pro Scott Larson. In a lot of instances, it's the luck of the draw. First day, Scott had kind of a tough day, had about 5 pounds. The second day, he had 15 pounds. So the co-angler who gets the pro on his good day sometimes adds up after 3 days of having the winning weight.
You know, Lake Hawaii and the Icaska area, it's just loaded with great fishing opportunities, as you can see. Besides that, the place is just loaded with pheasants. We actually checked in with George Kessler from the South Dakota Tourism Board. He was on hand to help host the event. He gave us a rundown a little bit about the area and the people involved with the South Dakota Walleye Classic.
The South Dakota Walleye Classic tournament itself came from a lot of hard work, a lot of volunteerism from not just the small city of Icaska, but from folks that have been volunteered to do things all across the region. We have been blessed with not just the phenomenal fishing, but with the way that people came together to put our festival all together. And we're really, really looking forward to not just this year, but all the future years because of the exposure that we're getting. We're also looking forward to the fall season with our phenomenal pheasant hunting. We've got so much in the state to offer, and if you want to come out and join us, all you got to do is visit southdakota.com.
Yeah, Tommy, besides this awesome scenery and the outdoor activities that are here, there's a lot of history in the area, too.
There sure is, Greg. This is a beautiful area, and the scenic highways that roll through here are 1804 and 1806. Lewis and Clark's scenic highway actually went up the east side of the river on 1804 through Icaska and back down the west side on 1806 in those years respectfully. And my feelings are if they would have gone through Icaska the way it is today, they would have had a great time just like we did.
Yeah, you bet. Well, the clock's definitely ticking, Tommy. Looks like all the teams are trying to grind out 1 more fish.
Yeah, but they're getting a little short on time, Greg, and it also seems like a lot of the teams that were north of the takeoff didn't fare quite as well as the ones just a little bit south of the takeoff.
Well, I tell you what, folks, it's time to head into weigh-in down in the Casca and see who the 2008 South Dakota Walleye Classic champion is.
For our first annual South Dakota Walleye Classic, our champion with 38.27 pounds from Watertown, South Dakota, worth 15 grand, Lynn Jurens. Come on up, Lynn. 2008 South Dakota.
We're standing here with the 2008 South Dakota Walleye Classic champion, Lynn Jurens. Lynn, on behalf of Ranger Boats, we'd like to congratulate you on your victory, and I want to know how it feels.
Tommy, it feels wonderful. You know, there's great competitors here. This is a great town. Casca was a wonderful place to host a tournament. And you know, after buying a Ranger boat 6 years ago, first boat I've ever owned, you know, it's great.
Feeling great too in the amateur winning division is Lee Ruhr from Oak, South Dakota. He takes home first place.
Well, it's been an exciting event here from Casca, South Dakota and Lake Oahe. For a complete list of the results, go to sdwalleyeclassic.com. And more importantly, for information on the 2009 South Dakota Walleye Classic, visit their website. For Tommy Scarless, Lynn Jurens, I'm Greg Jones. Midwest Outdoors will be right back.